My name is Aaron Vasquez. I'm 22 years old. I was born in the Philippines but raised in Canada, and right now I'm in Poland playing football. The importance of routine is something that describes who you are and what your values are. For me, how I look at it is your daily habits express who you are. Usually my morning routines, I love to wake up and meditate and pray right away to, really calm my mind and really give grace to God and work on myself mentally and spiritually, as well as staying off of my phone for the first hour of the day. I feel like it really clears my mind. It gives me less brain fog throughout the day, helps me really to be present and to just really appreciate life, take in the silence and enjoy my time alone. The importance of a routine is I think very key. There is no such thing as a perfect routine, and you have to be ready to adapt. For example, if you have a pre-game ritual, usually in your pre-game ritual you eat a banana, but then one day you don't have a banana. So it's like you can't let your mind be disrupted by not having this banana because it's part of your routine. I'm a firm believer that you gotta be able to adapt to your situation, whatever it may be, and make the most out of it. One day I'm able to follow my normal, usual routine. Other days I have to adjust and adapt to a different type of routine. But all that's important is that I make sure I get the important things out the way and prioritize what's important to me and focus on what I have to do. For example, working out, training, praying, spending time alone in solitude. You can't dwell too much on making a perfect routine. You always gotta be ready to adapt and change things up when the time calls. I have to focus on the main things in my life, which are myself mentally, myself spiritually, and myself physically. Alright guys, just a quick update. It's been more than a week now of me taking a magic mind shot every day, and I've got to say it really helps with my productivity and my focus in my day-to-day tasks. I've really involved it into my routine, and I usually always take it before training or a workout, and I feel more zoned in and more focused in what I'm doing. I'm really enjoying taking it. It's very small and easy to carry, so I'm very happy with the product. So make sure you guys check it out. Touching onto the question, which is the whole title of this video, is live your life like a documentary crew is following you. I heard this from Joe Rogan. You gotta think of yourself as the main character, as cringy as it sounds, but if you have a documentary crew following you, like you're not gonna be sitting in bed all day or making all these wrong decisions because, for example, other people are watching you, and you in the future can look back at this footage of this documentary of yourself and see like, wow, I should have done this differently. And some people may be filled with a sorrow of regret. For me, this is kind of like a reason why I started my YouTube. In a way, it's to keep myself accountable and, just to be able to look back at the memories that I made and the things that I did and the way I carried myself and the decisions that I've done. For me, looking back at some of my old videos, I could see like, oh wow, like I try to post weekly here, and it's kind of like a mini documentary series that I make for myself. And yes, it's for you guys as well to see, an inside look in my life. But when I first started YouTube, I did this to try and benefit myself and those who can take something from the videos that they watch from me, what they can learn, that's important for me as well. But you gotta live your life like a documentary crew is following you, man. Like in the future, when you have kids, or if you have kids, would you want them saying like, yeah, this is like my dad, or this is my mother doing this back in the day, working hard, doing things with a smile on their face, trying to be positive, trying to do the best they can in situations that aren't ideally ideal. Like, would you rather watch a movie about someone's life who tried everything, who tried to become the best, who failed along the way, who took risks, who did things that they want to do, who chased their dream? Would you rather watch a movie like that, or watch a movie where someone didn't take risks, stayed in their comfort zone, was too lazy to push themselves to do anything good, was too lazy to push themselves to do anything hard, was rude to people, was a negative thinker. And that's why I think that for me, ever since I've started YouTube, it's a way for me to be like, okay, like this is what I've done, this is what I did, what can I learn from this? How can I apply it to now? Yeah, live your life like a documentary crew is following you. That's all I gotta say.
I have no point.
No, you do.
Jeez.
Powerlifting.
Vamos.
Jeez. Oh my, like 100 of them.
Okay.
It's a male, something about their head, no?
Yeah, with the crust. Crest?
Yeah. The fourth question is, what lessons have I learned so far on my journey? I've learned a lot of lessons, but I'll just list down 2 right now. One of the lessons I learned was to make the best out of whatever situation you're in. Like, are you doing the absolute optimal thing that you could be doing right now in the situation that you're in? For example, in Brazil, I recorded a video, the week in the life of a footballer. And at the end of that week that I was recording, I had a game on Saturday, and it was like the final of the season that I was in when I was in Brazil. For those of you guys watching, you guys will remember, I recorded my whole week, I trained the whole week, I worked hard the whole week, and then the final came and I didn't even play. But I didn't let that sulk into me, I didn't let that eat at me. I said, okay, whatever happened, it happened, what can I do now? So that's the lesson I took from this journey so far. It's like, always keep striving, always keep doing better, and always keep pushing yourself, you know, no matter how trash the situation may be. Yes, Tom.
Dance.
No, you. Make the most out of your situation, because it's like what David Goggins said. It's like you're cutting a piece of that furniture, of that sculpture, each time you work at yourself. And at the end of like a certain amount of time, it ends up being like a beautiful, beautiful art piece. If you're in a situation, for example, I've met people, I've had friends who were dealing with, you know, letting things go. Maybe it could be drugs, maybe it could be other bad habits. And there were a lot of times where they relapsed. But then it's like, okay, you relapsed, but now what can you do? Like, now that happened, now what? Yes, you relapsed. Yes, you made it fall back into habit, into tradition that you've been avoiding for this time, but now what? You know, you can't let yourself sit in a place too long. You gotta move forward and take that next step. Another thing that I've learned through my journey is sometimes I'd be so fixated on, this kind of ties into the first point, I'd be so fixated on doing better and becoming the best version of myself and achieving this goal and achieving that goal. Sometimes I forget, like, bro, enjoy it. Like, that's the lesson I've learned, is that we only have one life. Every day passes by, time keeps ticking, time flies by fast. Enjoy the process. It's not about what you achieve, you know. Like, when everyone dies, everything's materialistic. You know, whether I make it into this game as a professional or whether I make $100 million like Mr. Beast, like, all of that is materialistic things. Like, what you got is right now, the relationships that you build with people, the relationships you build with yourself, and the relationship you build with God. You know, enjoy it every single moment. You really soak it in, because, for example, sometimes I'm in Poland, I find myself complaining about the situation I'm in. But it's like, bro, like, this might be the only time I'm gonna be in Poland for the rest of my life, so enjoy it. Whether if you're watching this, you're chasing football or chasing something, you know, like, really be happy that you are able to do this. Just enjoy it, just soak it in. Like, I can't really express it enough. It's something so simple, but it's something so important to our health. You know, it's about who we become. And so we have to remember that. And the last question is, if I were given a chance to go back, what would I have done differently before and while I'm going through this journey? If I was given a chance to go back, you know, I don't think I would want to change anything. Every day I try to live my life. At the end of the day, when I lie down in bed, I'd be like, did I do everything I could have done? So for me, I feel like I wouldn't really change anything from my past. And honestly, like, what I would have done differently, like, something I've really valued now is that ever since I'm away from home, I understand the value of my family and the people I have back home, my friends, my family. You know, I really end up valuing that. And once I left home, it didn't really occur how much they meant to me. And sometimes, like, that's the importance of abstaining from something, because then you realize its true value. And for me, now that I'm barely home, maybe once or twice, like maybe like 2 to 3 months in a year, it really, like the 9 other months where I'm away from home, it makes me really realize that, damn, like I miss my family, I love my family, I miss when I had this and that. I really started to pursue football, and you know, seeing the world was to really take in more time with my family, spend more time with my family, spend more time with my friends, and really be grateful for that with these lucky relationships that I have and had. This is a great example. When you're sick and you have a stuffy nose or a sore throat, oh my gosh, I did not realize how lucky I was when I'm healthy. Like, no pain when I swallow, I can breathe through my nose. But when you're sick, it's like that moment, it's like, bro, once I get out of this sickness, I'm gonna be so happy because I can breathe and do all the normal functions without any pain. That's how I feel like with my family, you know, it's like you don't realize what you have until it's gone. And not that they're gone, but you know what I mean. You know, when you leave home, it's not the same. Like, you miss a lot of birthdays, a lot of celebrations, and it hurts. So yeah, I guess I don't know if that would relate to this question, but something I would change is just, before my journey, is to really just enjoy more time with my family. Alright guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this documentary type of film. Something different, you know, I like to experiment new things, and it's gonna be nice to look back at this footage in the future along with all the other videos I've made. So yeah, for those of you, like, once I hit a year of YouTube, I'm really gonna set down an explanation of what I've learned doing YouTube for a year. But so far I'm not there yet. But you don't have to post on YouTube, but I recommend, you know, filming like your day-to-days sometimes. You know, like, it's gonna be nice to look back at your memories, because sometimes you forget things that have happened until you look at the video. For me, when I play football games, I forget what happened in the game until after I look at the footage. I remember I made that pass, or I made that mistake, or I made that tackle. You know, it's nice to have these videos, so I recommend that you guys document your life, and yeah, live your life like a documentary crew is following you. But yeah, that's it. Take care, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.